Tash didn't give me anything for this time round. So I'm going rogue.
Okay, not like you.
Not like me at all.
If you know him.
Designer fragrances, it's important for the organization, so Christian Dior, all these big boys,
Yep.
to sell as many perfumes as possible.
Yep, bottom line.
That's it. And so it's about getting it to the masses. So if you've got 100 people,
Yeah.
they're going to want all 100.
Yep.
They don't want 50% of that. Okay.
All of it, yeah.
The problem is that you now have a scent that is, that you know is going to be nice.
Yeah.
Because it has to appeal to the masses.
Yeah. It has to sell.
It has to sell.
Yeah.
This guy here, his name is Alessandro Gualtieri. He's Italian.
Right.
Ma Italiano. And he was in the industry. He started off as a perfumer in the big houses, and he found it soulless. All right, he found it like just life-sucking, because he wanted to express himself artistically, and these houses, it's all about selling product, you know. So
The machine of just running it out. The artistry is taken out.
correct, and so all of a sudden he would be doing some because he's considered as a nose in the industry, so he's an actual perfumer. So yes, he has his own range, but he actually creates his own range. He doesn't offshoot that to somebody else.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, he found it soulless, and he jokes that, you know, they would come with him with a brief which would say, a woman is walking down the street and she smells the light air of scent and she hears music, and he'd be like, what? You know, what is? Yeah, what is that? I mean, and then on top, and then they'd say all that, and so they're trying to create some sort of artistry, and this is the poeticness of the fragrance. But then they say, but I want you to make it this cheap so we can sell it for this much.
Right, and only these ingredients, and right.
So he said, I can't do this, I got to get out. So it was in 2004, I think it was. Have a look at that. That he went off on his own. Now, to define him, who is this guy? He would be like the Andy Warhol of the perfume industry.
Wow.
So he's very avant-garde.
Right.
If you saw him, he definitely has a personality. Then down the road, I think 2014, he released Orto Parisi.
Cool.
Now, what does Orto Parisi mean?
You tell me. I'm not a linguist.
So he's Italian, as I said. Now, the word, it's interesting because Argentinian, the word orto is something else. But but in Italian, orto means vegetable garden.
Right.
But why not say giardano? That's garden.
Right.
Giardano sounds so much prettier
does.
than orto.
Yeah.
Now, in Argentinian, orto actually means your butthole. I'm not making this stuff up. This is real. Go look. Argentinian slang. If you want to say,
I love it.
yeah. And my father would say, "Te voy a dar una patada en el orto," which means I'm going to give you a kick up the butt.
So you heard that a lot.
Well, it's an Argentinian slang.
But you heard it a lot.
I did hear it. I may have heard that a lot. I was a bit of a mischievous child. Anyway. So it's interesting, and so Parisi is his grandfather. So the motivation to this is my grandfather's garden. But when you start exploring, his grandfather was actually a butcher. And he says that he spent summers with his grandfather in his grandfather's garden, but in actual fact, when you look into deeper, it was about butchering animals. So it was about manure, it was about those strong fecal scents and digging holes and blood and bone. So it's all of a sudden you're like, what are we talking about here?
Where are we going with this smell?
And like I said earlier, why not call it Giardano Parisi? Sounds so much, more floral and more picturesque.
Pretty.
Yeah. No, Orto Parisi. Anyway, so what he wants, and actually I think early on he's telling you what these fragrances are about. So we're moving into something that is artistic, that it is definitely niche. This does not appeal to everybody, and I'm going to be interested to see what your first smells are on these guys. And if you noticed, I didn't put any cards out.
Yes.
These fragrances need to be experienced. He doesn't disclose what the notes are.
At all?
At all. He doesn't tell you. You got to figure it out for yourself.
Wow.
And why? Because he says...
Part of the art form?
It is part of the art form.
Of experiencing it?
Well, he says he doesn't want you to be...
Preconceived idea.
That's it. We spoke about rose last time.
Yeah.
And some people, oh no, rose is no... I don't do rose.
Yeah.
He says, stop all that. Stop all that pretense.
Yeah.
Either you like it or you don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's where he stands. So
Kinda cool though.
Ultra cool.
Really cool.
Now he has an awesome range. We're going to start with this one here because this one here is a little bit controversial. We'll leave him to last.
Okay.
But the last thing on this before we start spraying is, so these scents are a nod towards our animalic smells that we have as humans.
Right, because everyone's got their own personal smell.
Correct.
Yeah.
So when you strip back, in that morning,
Yeah. No soap, no nothing.
we smell like something. And we have our own personal signature smell, you know?
Yeah.
Which is, it's kind of weird, but that's the reality
Yeah.
of it. So he says that in the smelliest part of our bodies is where there's most soul. And he says that society is trying to strip us away, or trying to hide that, when we really should be embracing that animalic side of us.
The essence of you.
The essence of us. Like I said, I was sold. When I heard all that, I'm like, man, this guy's, I don't know whether
Typical.
I don't know whether I'm buying into the marketing behind this but the other thing too, he is an artist. So he does art installations. He's very true to the same with Nasamotto. He doesn't disclose, or does he disclose? I can't remember. Anyway, this one here, I know he doesn't disclose notes, all right? So you have to work it out.
So not even on the back of the packaging?
No.
Right.
There's nothing there at all. So Bergamask is the first one that we want to explore, and I'd like you to spray it. And let me tell you the backstory.
Am I spraying it on?
Yes, please. Yeah. So the motivation behind this, he was in a town called Bergamo in Italy, and he said that
I can smell it from here. Oh, wowzers.
It's potent, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's potent.
I don't even need to bring my nose to it.
Yeah, it's potent. He said that the motivation to this is that he was in an Italian village. They were doing a traditional dance called Bergamasco, something like that, 16th century dance. And it's meant to be a clumsy, lusty kind of dance. It was a peasant dance. It was a peasant dance. And he said he could smell citrus in the air, but he also smelled the sweat and the smell of the earth and all the rest of it. And so he wanted to recreate that smell.
Lavender.
Oh, well, there you go.
Is what I smell.
Yeah.
Have you smelt this yet?
No, I have smelled it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it just, boom, it pops out.
Yeah.
So I think, look, in this one here, the name sort of gives it away a little bit, and that story. So the citrus. So I'm going to say there's bergamot in there. So very strong citrus. Interesting that you smelled lavender, and that, when you said it, I'm like, yeah, lavender. There is a lavender scent to it.
I'm smelling the citrus now.
Yeah.
This fragrance is eternal. It will live with you forever. And there's definitely musk in here.
Yes.
I'm going to say all these fragrances, because if he's talking about animalic, you have to go to musk.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Musk is it's an animal-derived component.
Yeah.
And it also creates longevity in the fragrance too. Strong.
Strong.
Now my editor, when I wear Bergamask, he opens the door to the office, and his first response is, "Whoa, that's burning my nostrils."
The more it's settling on my skin, it's kind of not as intense, but it's probably because I've been smelling it the whole time. The more I'm smelling it, I'm liking it more. At the first spray, I'm like, no thanks.
It's intense.
Yeah, but I find for me, the dry down is so important, and then I'm getting the true, the true
Reference to the
reference.
fragrance.
Yeah.
Where would you wear it? So what kind of...
Is it
I find it like a more of a sort of wintry autumn smell.
funny?
For me, this is pure summer.
Oh, really?
Pure summer, pure daylight, pure sparkling. Maybe it's the citrus in it. But it's interesting that you're saying that you see that it's more of a warmer scent.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I smell it on you again? Yeah, see, for me, that Bergamask. And actually, again, the lavender, I think you're right. I think there must be lavender in there. So this next one here is a little bit, it's going to be interesting. Let's see what you think.
When he says interesting, it's like,
Do you know what Seminalis means? It's a Latin word.
Seminalis. No, I don't. Please tell.
Semen. Anyway,
Okay.
so what he's trying to do here, So he's not saying.
Wait.
Okay,
The smell of
I just went straight.
the
I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, go on.
the smell of semen, really?
All right, yeah, and that's what I was going to explain. So he's not saying this is what semen smells like. Far from it. Okay. What he is saying is,
glad.
yeah, so am I. Because otherwise you'd be like, whoa, this is weird. No, what he's saying. Okay, so I think what he wants to do is interpret that body fluid, and it's something that's done in an arduous. So not arduous. Sometimes it can be. It's done in love.
Yes.
It's about attraction. It's about
togetherness and
it's about people coming together. It's the intimacy.
Yeah.
It's so that's what he's doing here. So
to capture, right?
So it's not about. He's not saying this is what it smells. He's talking about. So okay,
It's not a literal.
It's not a literal. Even though if you look at the lid, the top, it's kind of weird, right? So he also says that there's been some further studies that the actual this is true. The actual semen has a smell that drives it to the ovaries.
That makes sense.
And so he's saying. So what's that about? He's saying it's about
attraction.
It's about that chemistry between males or females or you and your lover, and it's about drawing lovers in.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily an aphrodisiac or anything of that nature, but what he wants to do is capture that moment where love, when all that comes together.
You should be drawn to this perfume then.
So that gives you an idea of where it's at. All right, so spray that. And again, we don't know the notes. We don't know, apart from the fact that it's obviously about.
I can smell it already. I can smell it.
They're strong fragrances.
That's strong fragrance.
They are strong.
So how long are we going to wear this for?
Okay, so for me, Bergamask is eternal. I mean, you wake up in the morning still smelling a Bergamask. 3 days later, Bergamask is still going to be coming out. Whereas Seminalis, I find that it's a good day fragrance. It'll last you 8 or 9 hours.
I like it.
Isn't it?
I really
What's
like
the opening notes for you? I mean, I know that he doesn't disclose notes, so we're making stuff up, but there's something in there that when I first smelled it, and again, don't put it on card, you have to put it on skin.
Oh, I can't pick it. I want to say it's like a woody smell. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't.
You're right.
There's like a sandalwood in there.
Yeah.
There's a creaminess to it.
Yeah.
I'm smelling butter.
Butter.
When early on.
Oh, when you like cook butter?
Butter, yeah. As in,
butter?
well, not, so just that light buttery milk, sort of almond milk.
Actually, yeah, now almond milk, for sure.
There you go.
Having a chai.
Yeah, so it's the creaminess. It's a creaminess. I think it's, oh yeah, it's a smell. The idea is that the smell is about
very alluring.
drawing you in. That's
Yeah.
right. That's about drawing you in.
Oh, he's hit the note then.
This one here is definitely a night fragrance, in my opinion. I have worn it throughout the day, so I do wear it as a day fragrance. But it's definitely a night, it's a going out, there's something mysterious about it too. There is definitely musk in there, but it could be, and this is all speculation, there could be ambergris. And the ambergris, it's not so musky. It's obviously it's still derived from woods, from Wales, sperm whale. But it's a slightly aquatic, kind of salty, but still on the musky. And the other thing about ambergris, it creates longevity. We're speculating. We don't know because he hasn't revealed what the notes are. But these are just assumptions based on the smell, and it's not a really sort of animal musk, but
You have to smell this, everybody. You have to.
I'm so bad when we first started doing
Go
this.
get me the semen perfume. Really?
You'd be like,
Make sure you say seminal. Is it Seminalis?
Seminalis.
Seminalis.
They'll be like, "Are you crazy? What are you doing?" So again, these are perfumes.
Yeah.
So these are designed as perfumes. They are designed as a beautiful fragrance to express who you are, but they're absolutely unique. You can't, and this is why I didn't ask you. So what
are we doing today?
Yeah, you can't say, well, this could smell like this or could smell like that.
It doesn't smell like anything I've ever smelled.
there you go.
And this is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really this one here is about attraction. This is what it's designed to do, to bring in your lover essentially. Yeah. Wear that around your husband, see what happens. Mind you, most
That's
men.
already done.
Yeah, I was right. Babe, you look hot. Just got out of bed. So there you have it. Did you like these?
I love them. I love the artisticness of it too. Yeah.
And look, I won't open the box, but the box itself is gorgeous. The way it opens up like a fruit, yeah. It's just, like I said, he's super artistic. There's design, so there's the eternity sign on that, and the guy, I'm a big fan. So Alessandro Gualtieri, I can't pronounce his name. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you so much.
See ya. Bye.